Hi everyone, Diane here. I have a vlog, a share probably, and a taste test. So this might be a long video. I didn't expect to get food delivered. I ended up getting, it was just gonna be a vlog and a share, but I did get food delivered. So I thought since it's I don't know if it's national, I'll Google it, but it's in LA, at the city of LA area has this restaurant. It's called Poquito Mas, and it's a Mexican restaurant that's really cool and modern. They have like vegetarian stuff, they have vegan, they have, I mean, they'll make anything vegan by leaving like sour cream and just giving you black beans. It's really cool. It's much better than Chipotle. And yeah, I made a video there a long time ago with my mom. I got the same thing, the mini tostada, and they have two sides, the big one and the mini one. And I did get quesadillas, which I've never tried of theirs. Here's the bag. It says deliver safe. So anyways, I didn't even open it. It's been sitting there like an hour, so hopefully it won't be too cold, but I will warm up the quesadilla. The tostada doesn't matter because it's got, lettuce and tomato, and the only thing hot in it are the beans. So everything else is, cold, so or room temperature, like the vegetables and stuff, the cheese. So anyways, it's mostly, there's a lot of lettuce too, so you don't want lettuce hot. I won't put that in the microwave. But anyways, last time I went, even the mini was too much for me to eat. So that's why I didn't get the regular sized one. And they do have a mini quesadilla or the regular size. I got the regular size because I figure I'll eat it for breakfast tomorrow if I don't finish it. And I have extra sour cream in my fridge. So I like, it comes with sour cream and guacamole. It comes with guacamole, probably sour cream. But yeah, I have extra sour cream in my fridge. So anyways, the first thing I'm going to tell you is about my finger. I made a video. Where is it? Hey, wait. Okay, it's this finger. I did have the biopsy. When did I have it? I made the video I made the video the night before. So I had the biopsy yesterday. That's right. I'm thinking today is Thursday. No, Friday. I'm sorry. Today's Friday night. And I had it, I can't remember. I'm freaking out because I've had so many appointments the last, since Monday. I've had many appointments, different kinds. So, yeah. Anyways, I did get a shot. I was told her I was really afraid because I had had shots in my hand before, the dermatologist, and she said, I'm not going to give you a shot in your hand. I'm just going to give you a shot in your finger. So I figured, okay, good. Because when I had that pussy infected sore that needed to be lanced, with like a cut so they could get the pus out, the PA or nurse practitioner that did it in urgent care gave me shots in the arm, in the hand. And he said, oh, I have to get all the nerves. Like I thought one shot would do it, but he did, he poked me a few times, and I said I need a rest. It was just it was the most painful procedure I've ever had medically. And so I even said to her, if you're gonna give me shots in my hand, maybe you can put me out or get me to be put out for twilight sleep or something. Because my dad, he used to get shots in his spine, and I guess they were painful for him. And he had special accommodations to get put out. I don't know if it was I think it was what Michael Jackson died of. What's that stuff called? It makes you out of it, but you're not you wake up really fast. You recover really fast. And I've had a colonoscopy, and yeah, you recover really fast. What's it called? I can't even think of it, but yeah, that's, I think, what my dad would get when he'd get his spine injections. So he's kind of a baby anyways, I think. If he got a little cold, he made a fuss that he was, how sick he was and stuff. But anyways, because most people I don't think get put out when they get the spine injections. They are sometimes painful, but I don't know, maybe my dad had a special case. But anyways, so she put a little tiny shot, the needle, I didn't even look at it, but she did it. She had me lay down. She did it so fast, okay? And it hurt, but it didn't hurt really bad. I mean, it wasn't in my hand. So, I dealt with it, and it was really fast. The guy that did the shot in my hand, 5-10 years ago, he left it in there and moved it around and poked it again. And I think he was just I don't know. He was only a PA or a nurse practitioner. He wasn't an MD. I saw an MD who referred me to have him lancet. So it was an urgent care. Probably if I went to see a regular doctor, they would have lanced it. But I mean, a regular, during the daytime hours doctor. But this was urgent care, which is open till 9. My Kaiser urgent care in my area, both of them that I go to are open till 9. So, and anyway, so it didn't hurt. Well, it hurt, but not that bad. And then, okay, after she poked me, she came back and I said, "Can you wait a little bit? It's not numb yet." And she just did the biopsy right then. I wasn't even numb. It did hurt, but not like it hurt as much as the shot. And I don't know why she didn't wait, because it was not numb yet. And maybe she was like busy, or she thought I was a crybaby, or I don't know, because I told her how afraid I was. And then when I left, it started getting numb, and it was like numb for like 7 hours after, but it wasn't numb in the office. I even called the nurse, and I said, "It's still numb," and it had been like 4 hours. And I called to talk to a nurse, and she said, "Oh, that's normal," And then she said, I was in my car, and she said, "Let me call you back." And I said, "Okay." She said she was going to call me back and check on me, because with Kaiser, you have to get like a call center, and you don't just get right to dermatology in that Kaiser. So she called me back, and I said, "It's still numb." And she goes, "Okay, I'm going to call you in the morning." I said, if it stays numb, she said, if it stays numb more than 7 or 8 hours, you might want to go to urgent care, or you might want to call a nurse, the 24-hour nurse line. There's at Kaiser, they have I wouldn't go to urgent care. I'd have to go to emergency. And that's like a copayment of 200 and something with my insurance. And when I go to urgent care, it's no copay, 0 copay on my plan. So, emergency, I try to get in before 9, because if you go like at 9:05, they don't take you in urgent care. So, she called me back the next morning. The numbness went away at about 9 p.m. or a little earlier. And I was really glad she called me. Wasn't that nice? And I said, "Oh, it's gone, so whatever." But she told me at first it was like 3 or 4 hours. And then when she called me back, like a few hours later, she said, I think she's an LVN. She said a more senior nurse told her it can take up to 8 hours, maybe an RN, because Kaiser hires both. So, and they also have something called an LVN2, which is above an LVN. They've had more training. So, but she's an LVN, because she's emailed me before, I think, from there. So she did. And she has a real strong accent, so I know who she is. So anyways, I emailed the dermatologist. She wrote back. That's what happens at Kaiser. When you email your doctor, a nurse gets it, talks to your doctor, and emails you back, no matter which doctor. Only like once or twice have I had a doctor email me back. It's usually a nurse. Okay, so anyways, I have to keep this. I had to go 24 hours without showering, and now I can shower, but I tried a waterproof bandage, and it doesn't work. Probably because, in the shower, because it's on a knuckle, and it bends, and so, as you can see, it doesn't stay really, tight. Like I took this one off, and this isn't a waterproof, and I had some waterproof. I put it on. Waterproof is only good like if you have a flat, if it's not on a knuckle that bends, so, or a joint, whatever. So it got wet, so then it's very gross. I don't want to show you guys, but it's like a chunk was taken out. She said it was a shave biopsy, but it's pretty deep. It's not like just the surface of your skin. She took it off, whatever that was. She took it off. She even said to me, "Do you want me to freeze it?" And I'm like, "No, take it. I want to know if I have cancer." I'm really freaked out. She said she doesn't think it is, but she said that if it didn't go away with that steroid cream, that she would do a biopsy. So, I looked it up. I Googled it, and I researched it, and I didn't want her to freeze it off, because it could still be under layers. So maybe she's not the best dermatologist. So she was young. I looked her up on the Kaiser app. I just got assigned to her. I don't have a regular dermatologist there. And I looked, she started at Kaiser like 2 years ago. So she was probably just out of medical school. She went to UCLA too, which is kind of cool. She went to medical school and undergrad at UCLA, which she must be bright because to get into medical school at UCLA is highly competitive. Just to get into undergrad, bachelor's, to go with a 4-year to undergrad is very hard to get in. She's Asian, and most of the people at UCLA are Asian, believe it or not. So anyways, that might change with Trump's new, policy about getting rid of, having minorities and percentages and all that stuff. I don't know really, but all I know is whenever I drive in Westwood, it's like all Asians. It wasn't like that when I was younger. But yeah, it was easier to get in then too. But anyways, so I'm going to show you these pictures. This is another part of my vlog. My dad died a little over a year ago, and I put it in a community post. I don't think I talked about it. And my stepmom was diagnosed with dementia like 3 or 4 years ago, and my dad was still living at home taking care of her. Then COVID happened, so he wasn't driving a lot, and they weren't going out a lot. They did go out, but yeah, she started getting dementia, and he was there, and then he got really sick for the last year of his life, and they had caretakers for her, 24-hour, a person that was there. I guess they were nurses. I don't know what they were, what they call them, but someone that was paid to stay. They had 2 people that shared the shift, I guess. There was someone there 24 hours. She doesn't need that much help even now. She doesn't need help showering or going to the bathroom or, but just there with her. Because my dad was kind of incapacitated. He was just sleeping all the time and stuff. So anyways, now, when was it? Okay, he died. She lived there maybe for 6 months with just the caretakers coming and her by herself. And she has a conservator, which is a paid conservator coming out of her estate, who is in charge of her, okay? Not one of her kids, but a paid, I think she's if you look up conservator, they do this with, mostly wealthy people can have them because they're paid, they're paid workers. They have to have a lawyer and they have to pay a lawyer. But a lot of times the conservator is a relative. But no, she has, they have a trust, and all 4 of us siblings are going to get a quarter of that trust if she dies before us, and she is 82. So, and I love her, but she's now in an assisted living. So, and they're selling her house. The conservator and her assistant are, getting their house ready to put it on the market. They haven't put it on the market yet, but, that total estate is in a trust, and all 4 of us kids are, heirs or whatever you want to call it. But anyways, so I have some, okay, so these pictures, I got a whole bunch of pictures. The conservator's assistant went through all the pictures and made us a thumb drive of every single picture from when I was 10 years old on, because that's when I met Irene, my stepmom. That's when my dad moved in with her. The divorce didn't settle until I was about 11, but they moved in together when I was 10. And so there's a lot of pictures of me and my sister, my 4 years younger than me, and my stepbrother and stepsister, Irene's kids from a previous marriage. Irene's my stepmom. So they put all the pictures, for all us kids on a thumb drive, which I don't have a laptop anymore. So, and I have iPads. I have only Apple products. So I don't know. I might just buy a cheap laptop just so I can, a really cheap one at Walmart, just so I can view the pictures. Of course, I could go into CVS or Target and put it in and print the pictures I want, but there's tons of pictures because I got a quarter of them in hard copy, and all 4 of us kids got a quarter. I mean, I don't know if they're equally divided. They're pretty much equally divided. And, my stepbrother and stepsister got the ones when they were little because we weren't around, and I don't really want the ones when they were little kids. Just, when I was 10 and above, all the pictures. But most of them are of, not of me. There's some of me, and I did post it on a community post, one of me that is when I was 12 and I was in our pool, my dad's and stepmom's pool. My dad had custody of me on Sundays, and so I saw him every Sunday, and yeah, all 4 of his houses, except the last one, had pools. No, his last 2 didn't. One was over a golf course in Thousand Oaks, real small backyard, but it was more expensive because the view was of a golf course of the country club. So then they moved to where they last lived, and you guys have seen videos of that, where they lived for like, I don't know, how old was I? 30 years, or they lived there a long time. So anyways, they made a lot of money on real estate. My stepmom sells real estate. Well, she did for a while before she got her like management job at Verizon, but she sold real estate, and she knew, she was really good at stocks. She bought tons of stocks and shares of stocks and stuff. But she has tons of shares of stock, and her portfolio is amazing. It's like, she has shares of Verizon, AT&T, Apple. And she's had them for a long time, a lot of shares. Like some of her stocks, like, I don't know, the one for AT&T is like worth $4,000 if she was going to sell it or something like that. It's just amazing if she was going to sell all her shares. So anyways, they bought a house. The one in the picture is a house in their first house in Woodland Hills. After my stepmom's dad died, she inherited a ton of money, okay? Because he was a physician, and his wife had already died, and so her and her siblings inherited. And anyways, very wealthy. After she became wealthy overnight. They lived in an apartment, her and my dad, until she inherited the money. They bought a house in Woodland Hills, which is a very nice area, but it was a small house. Okay, they made money buying their next house, and they made a profit each time they sold their house. Their old house is worth, I think they're putting it on the market for over $1 million, but when they bought it, it was dirt. I don't remember, it was like 30 years ago, but it was built in the 60s, okay? The house that they have now, the house that my stepmom just moved out of, the one you guys saw, but it's worth at least $1 million, but probably more. I don't really know, but I'm gonna have to look on Zillow once it goes on the market and see. I think I did look on Zillow, but it's not on the market yet. So it just gave like an estimate or whatever. But anyways, so I'm gonna show you some of the pictures. I might post some of them as community posts because they're really tiny. My dad didn't have a zoom, I guess, on these cameras. Like here's one of me and my stepsister in a lake, a vacation. I'm the one in the pink bikini. So anyways, yeah, I was like, I don't know, I was like 15 there. So he took him far away. I don't know, he had a fancy camera, but I guess he didn't know how to zoom. So a lot of the pictures of us kids, like this one, okay? This one's me when I was 14. Maybe you guys can see it better. It's not clear because it's so far away, look. So you can't really see, and I'm really disappointed. But my stepsister and stepbrother and my sister got a quarter of the pictures, and they didn't look, they just sorted them. So some of them that they got, I'm in. But since this zip drive has all the pictures, all 4 of ours pictures. So, I'll have more pictures once I download that or whatever. But I'm just gonna show you a few of them. Okay, I might post this as a community post because it's kind of hard to see. But I was 15, and look at those pants. Can you believe it? I was like 14 or 15. Bell bottoms in the 70s were so popular until I think till 1979 they were really popular. So these are huge ones. These might have been hand-me-downs from a friend because I don't think I bought, I never really bought the really huge bell bottoms like that, but I had a friend that always wore them. So the real big bell bottoms that cover your whole shoe, You can't see the bottom, but this one covered my whole shoe. And I'm wearing a t-shirt back, I'm wearing just a plain white t-shirt, which is kind of funny. And I'm holding my camera because we're on vacation. I don't remember where we were. And this is me and my stepbrother. I was about 14 here, or 13. And we're in the pool, one of the pools that they lived in. And he's about 9 or 10, and I'm about 14. So yeah, I'm strong, and I can hold someone on my shoulders. I don't know if I still could, but in a pool you float, so it's pretty easy. So, and he's really tan. My stepbrother and stepsister are half Italian, or a quarter Italian. But their dad is light, but for some reason their grandparents were dark-skinned Italians. It skipped their dad, but his kids, and with my stepmom, my stepmom's ex-husband, the Italian came through. And if you saw that picture of me and my stepsister, you'll see how much tanner she was than me. That's because she's really, she's got Italian and Irish, but she's like a quarter Italian and dark Italian. So, I mean, she tans really dark. Okay, I want to show you. Okay, this is my gorgeous stepmom while she was still working. You guys have seen her in my videos. You know what? This is going on so long. I'm going to make a separate video with the taste test, and I'll put it up in a couple days or day or two. I'm going to put this up Saturday morning probably, but I'm going to do a taste test separately. This vlog has already gone over 20 minutes. So yeah, I'm not going to do the taste test. I'll do a separate video after this one. I'll rest a little bit. But this is my gorgeous stepmom. She retired at 65 and she's now 82. So this is when she was older, but they probably do like airbrush and stuff. I don't know, but this is probably like 20 years ago. Wasn't she gorgeous? She's still gorgeous. You guys have seen her in my videos. But that's like a work picture. I got all kinds of pictures that I don't even want, of her brother and sister and stuff. But like I said, this zip drive has everything. All the pictures from like when I was 10 on. So, and let's see, I have another one of me, I think. Let's see, I'm just showing you a few. Okay, that one. Oh no, I didn't bring any of me. Maybe I'll put those on community posts or when I get the zip drive one. They're all far away. They're not good close-up pictures, but these are two pictures of my dad. He wore suits a lot because he was an attorney, but they're out somewhere. Or maybe he's on his way to work. No, they're out. But in his closet when he died, he had a lot of suits. But as an attorney, he wore only suits when he went to court. On other days, he wore like a polo shirt and God, what are those Levi's? Dockers. He always wore Dockers and a polo shirt. Usually Ralph Lauren, or I'd give him like cute ones with Mickey Mouse and stuff from the Disney store, and he'd wear those. But when he went to court, he dressed up, and isn't my dad handsome? He's so lucky. I don't know when these pictures were taken, but he didn't get gray hair until his 50s. I didn't inherit that. And my mom, same thing. I started getting gray in my late 30s, okay? But that's his natural hair color. Very light. No, that he has some gray, but this one he doesn't. That's his natural. But my stepmom was so gorgeous. I can't believe, she's still gorgeous, but really gorgeous. So, and then here's another one of them. Oh, I have a really funny one of them. My stepmom is a very religious Catholic, and I think at her assisted living, they have services, or they take her to services, or her conservator's assistant picks her up and takes her. But, every Sunday church, and volunteered for the church and the whole bit. So this is Halloween, and I guess, I don't know. No, this isn't Halloween. Did I bring that? Oh, I didn't bring it. Okay. My dad is dressed up like a priest. He has that collar with the thing, and she's dressed up like a nun, okay? So I'm going to have to, maybe I'll post that as a community post. I don't know, but it's really funny. Okay. Oh, this is me. Did I show this one? This is me and my stepsister on yeah, I did show that one. That's a lake vacation in Montana. And we stayed in a cabin, and that was like provided by the lake. They had bicycle boat, like little bicycles that you paddle on top of the lake. And it's called Whitefish, Montana. And yeah, it's like a resort with cabins. It's still there, I think. I looked it up. Okay. Here's my dad and my stepmom. He was older there because he has some gray. I don't know when that was taken. There's no dates on these. Okay, this is my stepmom around the time that I knew her, this is at probably their first house. So I was about 11, and she was really skinny then. She did gain weight, but she always wore bikinis just like my mom. I just think she's so beautiful. She was so beautiful. But yeah, here she is again, always wearing bikinis. That's at the beach, I guess. Oh, no, I think this is at Hotel del Coronado, because we went there too. I don't remember where this was. But we did some beach, we did a few beach vacations. That's one thing about my dad. He only had custody of me on Sundays, but we went to a lot of nice vacations with him. I mean, and he was afraid to fly because his uncle, his favorite uncle, died in a plane crash when he was like in his 20s, and he heard it on the radio that there was a major plane crash, and he found out his uncle was on the plane, okay? Back then, it wasn't as safe, you know, when he was in his 20s or whatever. So that was probably in the 60s. So it was before I was born, but he wouldn't fly after that. No flying. So we drove everywhere. So, you know, I got to see like some of the United States, which was pretty cool. We went to national parks and stuff, but it wasn't as fun as like flying because, you know, going to New York and stuff. I would have rather have done that, but no, when we went on family trips, there were road trips, and he had a huge Cadillac he always had huge cars that fit all six of us, all four of us kids, and my stepmom and my stepdad, and my dad. So like he had several Cadillacs. He mostly leased, so he went through a lot of cars. He'd leased for like 2 or 3 years. I think I did post, I think, on my community post, a picture that someone posted on Facebook of a old red Cadillac, like in cherry condition. That's, my dad had that. It had like a white top, and it had a red leather interior. So he was like really into Cadillacs. That's all he pretty much drove. And then he got into Jeeps, okay, after us kids all grew up. He had Jeep Grand Cherokee and other Jeeps. Mostly Jeep, yeah, he got the biggest one. I think that was the Jeep Grand Cherokee. He leased those, or bought those, or leased those. So anyways, I'm going to do a separate video now. I know I'm talking fast because I'm trying to make it quick. So this is 26 minutes. So thanks for watching, and I will make a taste test. I'm going to rest a little bit, and I'll make a taste test, and I'll air that. I'll release that probably on Sunday. Okay, bye.